Well, finally, I'm back out here on Lake Levon. The lake's not too full, a little low, but it's okay. No wind for a change, and I want to emphasize for a change. Got a nice boat out here. I recently got a 2017 Sylvan, I think they call it an 8520. It's a 21-foot pontoon, double tune, with a 90-horse Yamaha 4-stroke. I'll walk back here and show you the motor on idling here. I mean, these new 4-strokes, whether it be a Yamaha or a Mercury, just phenomenal. Every time I go out in them, and which is pretty regularly, I still am in awe of the things. They really do run well. But anyhow, I'll spin around here. This thing, like I said, is a Sylvan. It's got the couch seat. These are plush units. They do a real good job with their interiors as far as, really making them comfortable and looking nice and plush and soft. It's got the two casting chairs up front here with the armrests. As I said, these are kind of high-end models. These seats alone, if you were to try to buy another one, is about it's probably $375 a piece. Got your live well up here in front. Plenty of drink holders. Another live well here. That one's a good size one. You can put stripers in there the whole 9 yards. Plus, it's a nice seat. It's got places for the seats in back. I don't know if it comes with them or not. It was not with this boat when I got it. But if you wanted to put them in, it's got the spots. I'm not sure it does. My buddy said he thought those two seats went in the back, but I don't know. The jury's still out on that. But if you were to put one in the back and one up front, then you could use this seat here. Be a good seat to sit on and just cruise around. But anyhow, you could arrange it however you want to. If you want to buy some more seats, you wouldn't have to get these with armrests, since most of the time people wouldn't be riding back there. But anyhow, I've been out here for quite a while. I don't have the equipment to pull the hours out of the computer on Yamaha, so I kind of have to guess. I go by the oil and, just the overall condition of the motor and stuff. I would guess these are reasonably low, but I can't say for sure. I'm going to guess and say, just judging from the oil and everything, I'm going to guess 70, 80 hours, something like that. Could be a little high, could be a little low, but it runs like a top, so I can tell you that. Good strong water pump. I went ahead and flushed the gas out. Put a new fuel filter on just because, but it ran like a top, so just a little extra. Anyhow, here we go for a quick spin. Like I said, I've been here quite a while. I got it up to 29 miles an hour. That's me in it by myself, but I was impressed. I'm taken off and trimmed up a little bit because that's kind of where it really cruised good, but no torque on the steering wheel or anything when you get the trim up. So here we go, and we are up and running. Reasonably accurate. Yeah, it's showing about 30, 31. But anyhow, and by the way, as you see, no torque on the steering wheel. And this has got a stainless steel prop on it too. So sometimes since they've got a little more cup in them, they'll have a tendency to have some torque. But this one, you can't find a sweet spot. Take it all off, just trim it up, and that's where it runs good. Trimmed up about 3/4. Just cruising here about 25. In fact, this is an extremely, pontoons are pontoons. They all drive reasonably similar, but this one here, I don't know, maybe it's because the upholstery's thicker or something. It just sounds good and solid and feels good. So sit back and cruising here. I hope the wind isn't too bad. As I said, it's not a windy day, but driving these things, sometimes when I get back and start listening to videos, I'm kind of disappointed. You can barely hear what I'm saying half the time. But I'm going to stand up and show you the motor running under power, some power. I won't be wide open, but it'll be, you can tell it's pretty close. And maybe I can't get it wide enough. Let's run about 6,000 here. Here we go. And I will say the fish are top watering all around here. How come I never smart enough to bring a rod and reel? That's the problem with doing these things alone. You kind of forget that you're going out for a purpose. And heck, if you're out in the boat, you ought to always have a rod and reel. I should know that by now. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and cut this thing short, or shorter. But this is a really neat running, riding little boat. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Well, here we go on this. I just got finished doing a lake test on this 2017 Sylvan. On the lake test, I called it an 8520. It's actually a Mirage 820. It says S Mirage 820. Anyhow, it's a 21 foot, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm pretty accurate in looking that up. And it's got a 90 horsepower Yamaha 4-stroke, which I denoted in the lake test. This boat is very, very clean. Now, I haven't even washed it. This boat needs a little rinse, a little dusty, but nothing that won't rinse off. Tandem trailer. Pontoons are good and straight, not dented up. The motor is just super clean. Skeg looks good. Not a lot of mineral buildup or anything. I noticed this boat came from Oklahoma, and if they use it in Texhome and stuff, well, they have a little bit of mineral content. A lot of people call it brackish, but which tells me that's one of the reasons I don't think this thing's got very many hours on it, because even coming from up in that neck of the woods, that region, the motor doesn't have any mineral buildup. Really looks good. Put a new fuel filter on it and flush the system, because sometimes these boats sit for a while. These repossessions don't have hours on it very often. That's why I like them. They haven't been, nobody's tried to hide anything. The bank just puts them up for sale to us dealers at these closed dealer auctions, and what you see is kind of what you get, and I like that. That's one thing I like about buying the repossessions, is sometimes when people stop by, they kind of, well, let's use the term, put a little lipstick on that pig, if you know what I mean. So anyhow, these are pretty raw, and you can see them, in which you can tell pretty quickly if they've been abused or not. This one is, as I said, very clean. I won't say you can't find any kind of a slight dimple on it. There's probably from a rock flying up, pulling down the deal. You can't really see it, but there is one right there. Just maybe they rubbed a tree or something like that, but it is very clean. No dents on the inside of the pontoons to speak of either. I'm trying to see if I even see a dimple. When they actually, where they get the dings on the pontoons, as a rule, is when they put them on the trailer. They are told they're drive-on trailers, and they are, but you need to be very careful, because the bunks they put to guide you on are, rigid, and they will dent the pontoons if you come in at an angle and you hit them going pretty quick. It will ding them. Of course, it's inside. It doesn't really affect it structurally or anything, just a slight dimple. But hey, if you don't have to have a dimple, why get one? Just kind of ease it up there once you stab it and get it in between the bunks. Then you straighten that motor up, ease it on up, and it'll drive itself right on then. But listen to me telling you, yeah, most people who buy boats from me have had boats, and they know this kind of stuff. But anyhow, in case you hadn't had a pontoon, and something you may have not thought of, well, there you go. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and cut this off. I showed the interior and everything while I was on the lake test, and it ran great. Did everything it was supposed to, just like it was supposed to. But anyhow, I appreciate y'all watching. Beautiful day out here, so I decided to shoot this video once again at the lake, because I don't know, it just kind of gets my juices flowing just to be out here around it. It's beautiful. But once again, thank y'all for watching.